So back when I made that video about how to drift like DK Tsuchiya, this guy came to me in the comments and started asking every single day for a video on how to drift a Lamborghini. And I was like, what are you talking about, man? You know? And so I started wondering, and this guy may be right. If you have just discovered drifting, but your only car is a Lamborghini, how would you do that? How would you get into the sport with a car that is mainly not meant to do that? Well, in this video we're gonna find out. Game, real life, 3D, animations, whatever you need, we've got it. Okay, let's say you get in your Lamborghini and you head to the track and you wanna learn how to drift it. So you hit the gas, you turn the steering wheel, and well, nothing happens. Actually, something does happen. The car starts beeping at you like crazy, the dash looks like a Christmas tree full of traction control lights, ABS lights, stability control lights, and all of the sort. So the first thing you're gonna wanna do is turn off all those pesky assists. Turn off at least traction control and stability control. So now you may try to hit the gas and turn the steering wheel, but still, maybe nothing's gonna happen, especially considering many modern supercars come equipped with torque vectoring to all four wheels in all-wheel drive cars and those big fat tires. So we gotta do something about them. And here's the deal. Traditionally, drifting is done in rear-wheel drive cars, so you try to get in the fancy computer of your fancy Lamborghini and try to prevent the power from going to the front wheels. Now, if your fancy car isn't that fancy, you're gonna have to go below the drivetrain and disconnect the front axle drive shaft. I mean, does this even work? I don't know. Maybe try messing with the center differential. Maybe mess with the slider. Slide that power all the way to the rear wheels. Good. Also, I would put a set of crappy tires in the car, because we don't need to waste good tires. Now you're all set to go skr in your Lambo. But how do you actually do it? Drifting may be an extremely hard skill to master, but it's just a surprisingly short list of moves to learn. All you gotta do is start taking a turn as you normally would. When you wanna drift, just press the gas and the rear will start to slide. If it's sliding too much, you countersteer and boom, you're drifting. Now the hard part is maintaining the drift. If the front is straightening, you countersteer less. If the car is spinning, you countersteer more. If the rear is sliding too much, you release the gas, and if it's too little, you hit the gas. Simple, right? What was that, 6 rules? Now go make a computer drift or something. Oh wait, I've done that. And the results were mind-boggling. I'm gonna put the video of me making the drift bot for you to watch at the end screen. But now I prefer to take pictures of cars and sell them as beautiful 4K wallpapers. Which you can buy right now, just DM me on Instagram and we're gonna hit you up, just choose the picture. Heck, buy the whole pack! You get to make your phone prettier and support the show. The first link in the description takes you to an Instagram post where I show the pack in more detail. We have this beautiful photorealistic Viper, this jumping Jeep, and many more that can all be yours. Go get one before the next drop comes out and enjoy the last memories of Forza Horizon 4. But Gabriel, you ask, aren't most Lamborghinis automatic with paddle shifters? Yes, usually dual clutch or similar, but that's not a problem. In those cars, you usually can't clutch kick to initiate the drift, but that's not a problem because the car has enough power to start drifting on its own. Plus, traction control is off, remember? And also, let's suppose you're in a long turn and the car starts bouncing off the limiter. In that case, you just upshift and the car will purr away. If it's losing RPMs, just downshift and off you go. The only thing is that when you're drifting, the wheel is all over the place. Sometimes you're turning to the right, you gotta upshift, then you're turning to the left, you turning to the right again, then you gotta downshift. It's a mess, so you gotta pay attention to the paddle shifters. Are they connected to the steering wheel or free floating behind it fixed on the steering column? If it's the latter, you're all set. You can always remember to upshift with your right hand and downshift with your left. But things get a little complicated if it follows the steering wheel. About this, I wouldn't trust beginners to be able to drift in the track and at the same time tell at which angle the pedals are, especially because you'd have to check if the steering wheel is pointing one side or the other or upside down and the pedals are switched, so I would encourage you to use the buttons in the center console to put it in drive and just trust the car will choose the right gear for drifting for you while in fully automatic mode. I don't think it's gonna happen, but hey, doesn't hurt to try. Okay, maybe you don't want to mess with the Lamborghini so much as to remove the all-wheel drive system and make it only rear-wheel drive. And I get you, okay? I really do. So for those of you who don't want to go through the trouble, you don't need to, okay? Just hear me out. What you're gonna want to do is go to your tire shop and install the narrowest tires you can fit in your Lambo. Then you bump up the pressure a lot higher than usual. That's hopefully gonna make your tires less grippy and allow you to four-wheel drift. Not like Takumi in the 8.6, but like drift a four-wheel drive car like Ken Block does. Now when you're all done with the tires, you're gonna turn off all traction control and stability control and get ready. Put your car in beast mode and off you go. I'm not gonna say track mode, pista mode, Corsa mode, pizza mode, because I don't know which name the Italians decided to give your specific model's most powerful mode, but you're sure gonna need it. But how do you actually drift a four-wheel drive car? To do that, it's a lot like drifting a normal rear-wheel drive car, but with some key differences. First, when you're taking a corner as usual, you're gonna hit the gas, but this time you have to turn the steering wheel all the way into the turn. The all-wheel drive will kick in the front wheels and they will pull the front into the turn, and hopefully the rear will start sliding with that sudden push of the accelerator pedal. If you're doing that and the drift does not initiate, you can try pulling the handbrake for an instant so the rear tire starts sliding. After that, it's a lot easier than conventional rear-wheel drive drifting. You just slam the gas all the way to the floor and keep your steering pointed into the turn. Don't countersteer too much here, okay? If you do, the results are gonna be catastrophic. At this point, the steering wheel is basically gonna control the car's angle. Steer in for more angle and out for less angle. And the accelerator will push the car out of the turn or into the turn in case you release it. Just play around with these two controls and soon you're gonna figure it out. Or instead of all this, you can just go Daigo Saito and make a full D1 GP car out of a Murcielago. It's your choice. And that's how you drift a Lamborghini. As it's a mid-engine car, it might have a tendency to oversteer naturally during drifting. So keep that in mind if you're gonna give it a try. As I promised, you can watch me showcase my drift bot right here, and if you want some pretty cool wallpapers in very high quality, just hit me up on IG and I'm gonna show you what I got.